All right. I think I like this setup a little bit more than the other setup. And we'll experiment with other setup. But today I just want to talk about how I feel like I'm in the wrong city. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida right now, and it feels like the city is a little bit too small, right? I went to elementary school, middle school, some elementary school, middle school, high school, and college here, and I've already been out of college for a few years now, and my careers and everything have already started, and I feel like this town is a little bit too small. I feel like the people here are not ambitious enough. I feel like the things in this town are not are just not enough. I just feel like people are just too happy with subpar, just kind of just subpar things. I think this city just doesn't want to level up to the next level. No one really wants to do that. Like anyone you talk to in the city, they just really aren't that motivated. And I'm not like a big hustle person. And I am hustling, but I don't think everyone needs to be doing that constantly. I just think some people want more just mentally, right? Because how I feel is we've we have the knowledge of everyone that's that predated us at the hands of our fingertips, right? And I'm filming it on right now on my phone. But with the help of AI, even like I can borrow the knowledge that's been accumulated for millenniums, and this is like a really once in a lifetime place to be at, right? Imagine like scholars and kings and rulers in the past were to have this much information. I mean, it would be like groundbreaking. I mean, you could forget about the butterfly effect. They would change the face of the earth with as much information as we have now at our fingertips. And the average person with this information is doing nothing with it, right? I mean, people don't know how anything works. I mean, I graduated in computer science, so I have somewhat of an engineering background. But I feel like people don't have this even scope of how things are made, right? No one even questions how anything is done anymore. People just accepts everything for what it is. And maybe this is how people have always been. Maybe people haven't adapted to this way and just feels like this is how people are becoming because of new technology. But maybe in like the industrial revolution, people couldn't adapt or whatnot. But how I see is going back to the city, I just feel like it's just too small minded. Um, I feel like people should be kind of, you know, pushing ourselves. We should be thinking more. We should be understanding more. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people have, and this is why I say select people feel this way because I feel like some people genuinely just wants to live life and vibe and start a family and whatnot. And I felt like I used to be one of those people back in like high school and early college when I had my girlfriend who I was with for years. It felt like that was what you wanted, but over time, like when life just happens, you realize that you've grown a little bit, and there are different priorities now. And one of my priorities now is just um, exploration, right? I just feel like you have to you have to kind of really live life, and Jacksonville just doesn't enable me to live life. I feel like this city is very closed off. People are very narrow minded. Um, like no one really believes that they can, like a lot of limiting beliefs per se, and I I really do feel like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for everyone, not just me. I think everyone. This is like right before, and I'm not like a big doomer guy, but if you look at how America is pacing, I mean, we're talking like private equity and all of those things. I feel like American dream and all of that is dead. I feel like you really, really have to hustle and you have to get somewhat lucky, but you really still have to hustle. Takes a little balance of both, but if you really hustle, you get more opportunities to be lucky, which is a really nice way to phrase it. But I feel like it's going to be more division in terms of like wealth inequality in America. I mean, that's just unavoidable. We got the money printing, we got interest rates, you know, being manipulated and whatnot. So what that returns into is we have this window, and I don't know how small the window is. It could be the next 100 years, but we have this window where we have one last opportunity to be rich. Um, and you know, it's funny. The moment I said that, I read somewhere that said that a lot of people always thought, the young people or whatever always thought that it would be the last time or the last opportunity to be rich, and there's always opportunities around the corner, and they always say this time is different, which is funny because those are exactly my claims. But maybe it's not different, right? Maybe there's a full reset and there's different ways to make money. But if the system is to be the same, I feel like it's going to be harder to make money. So being this this being the opportunity of lifetime just makes it an easy opportunity if the opportunity still exists in the future, right? But yep, I feel like I really want to move. Right now, I'm actually doubling down on the work, which you have to. You have to do the work to get paid. I know how to work. I know what work produces money and what work produces a lot of money. I feel like that's at least one thing I've learned in my early adulthood. Now it's how money is really made. So I really got to put in the work. Really got to grind it out, and we'll see by a year from now. And I actually have, I'll recap this, but I have a 1 year challenge. I'm gonna post a video a night, one every night for the whole year, and I'm going to commit to that very strongly. And this is just going to help me talk into videos. And as you can see, I'm stuttering less in my videos. I'm doing less pauses and whatnot. So it's very nice to be improving in front of the camera. If you watch my first few videos, you probably hear a lot of and man, maybe I'm still doing it right now, but I certainly am improving. So stay tuned if you guys are enjoying. Bye bye.